Welcome back, everybody. It is a beautiful day here in Coopersville, Michigan, and I got probably the biggest build we have ever done that we will be starting on this truck here today. So it is a 2020 GMC Sierra 2500 HD AT4 edition, but it also has the Black Widow package. So this truck already is lifted with wheels, tires, shocks, paint to match objects as well around the truck, but we're gonna take it to the next level. So right now I'm just gonna take some before and after pictures and videos and just make sure everything's ready to go for Todd. He'll get started on the lift here in just a little bit, but I'll insert a nice little edit of how it looks stock, and then we'll get to working on the build. About 3:30 here today. Todd has the full front end ripped out other than the pitman arm, I believe he said. But he's just going to start popping in some of those new suspension components from Cognito and Kryptonite over there. Should have majority of the front end done by the end of today. We'll have to just keep checking in with Todd, of course. But one thing we were just talking about is he's got these wheel ring lights, kind of a tongue twister. We'll have to kind of extend those to reach down to the brake rotor now, since, you know, it's going to be much lower than it was. So a couple other things going on in the shop right now too. We got this Acadia Denali brand new with these new niches on it. GM really stepped up their game with the interior. We got Miguel detailing that Duramax 2023 Silverado. It's a sharp looking truck currently for sale. And then over here we got Cole working on this guy here, which is kind of a Bubba build. He's doing a little bit of a lift kit on, I want to say about 3 or 4 inches, and then going with some more aggressive tires with the stock wheels. People call that the Bubba look now, which is becoming very, very popular. So I'll get you some shots of how that looks when it's done too. We are back. Todd's getting started on the front there, getting a couple components already installed, as you can see. This is from Cognito, so are these, this here. So just getting some of it kind of put together. A couple more pieces to go on the front, then we'll get to the back here pretty soon, and I'm hoping by the end of today we can possibly get it on the ground. I don't know if he'll get it aligned and fully ready to go or not. Just talked to Todd about where he's at a little bit. The lower control arms in the front are just kind of a little bit rusted and giving him a little trouble on coming out. So that's kind of just the next step, getting those out and getting the new ones in. And then probably shocks will be next on the front there. So the shocks are in, lower control arms, upper control arms are in as well. He's getting pretty close on the front end here. Had a couple other things he did have to cut. And sometimes in Michigan when it's all rusty like that, you just have to cut things, torch things, make it work, and get it apart somehow. So it is about 5 p.m. now. We are shutting down the shop for the day. So we'll give you an end of the day wrap up. He's got the knuckles in. Those are looking pretty good, attached to both the control arms there, of course. Shocks in, still have to mount the reservoirs, the brakes. A couple other things to do here, which we'll get you updates on in the morning, of course. But it's coming along. Still got a little bit to do in the front, and then of course the rear as well hasn't quite been touched yet. But in the morning we'll get you an update and hopefully show you the final results at the end of the day. Happy Wednesday, everybody. At the moment, kind of just checking to see where Todd was at on it. Full front suspension is pretty much complete, but as you can see, he's got the knuckles in with the shocks mounted, the reservoirs mounted, the Kryptonite pieces, everything is coming together. The rear end is just getting started. He's got the tires off there and just dropped the spare down as well. So pretty soon here we'll get to see it come down on the ground and check out the wheels on it finally, which let's actually go take a look and see where Alex is with those. With them being a 30-inch rim, it's kind of surprising how easy they went together. Yep, there's those. hopefully get to see those on here a little bit later today. Here's kind of your normal size tire, and then there's those monstrosities. Excited to see. Oh yeah, the spinning caps. Bang. Yeah, as you can picture, once those go on here, we probably will have to do something with the kind of mud flap things here. And I don't know what happened to his fender liner, but kind of sucks that we're not going to have that for the final photos. We'll have to take them on that side more. But we're wondering kind of how these will go with these caps here, because he does have them paint to match, so it sucked to have to remove them with the offset of those wheels. But by the looks of it, since the front is more put together, you kind of look at that gap and think of where the wheel will be. It's looking like we will have to remove this. He's already got this one cut clearly, but we'll see how that goes. Probably the air dam here too might have to come off this bottom lip here. As for other stuff going on in the shop right now, pretty sweet 1794 edition Toyota Tundra right here. Nice bronze wheels, has red calipers and the blue paint. The interior on these are super nice. One of the better interiors on the market currently. And other than that, we just got a Gladiator we're getting ready to put out on the lot. We did the wheels and tires on that. Always got cool stuff going on around here. Always got cool vehicles for sale and doing fun stuff. We'll come check back with Todd here in a little bit. So it has been a couple hours since my last update, but he's got vast majority of everything done. And we got one wheel on there, so you can kind of see proportion wise, those things are huge, man. 30-inch rims with 42-inch tires. Wow. As you can see though, he's got the Foxes in the rear, we got the Devers in the blocks. We are getting very close. We're gonna line it with the stocks on it, so he should be doing that tomorrow evening roughly. Front end is completely done though. Everything's installed there, including these bars right here. I forget if they're traction bars or not, but they look awesome when the truck's fully up in the air. And you'll see guys sometimes get those powder coated certain colors, and I wouldn't doubt that he gets them red at some point. We'll kind of see where that goes and check in the morning again. This project is taking a little bit longer than what we were kind of hoping for. With big lift jobs like this, you run into things, and especially in Michigan with the rust, some things just don't always go as planned. So we'll check back in the morning and see where he's at. All right, we are back. It is now actually Friday. Yesterday we had to wait on a ABS speed sensor, I guess, which AutoZone was supposed to bring, but then they didn't end up bringing it. So yeah, that was not very nice. They ended up dropping off something else and not bringing the wheel speed sensor, so that was kind of unfortunate, but they did get it to us here this morning. We got that installed as well as that train horn. But yeah, it was a little behind schedule due to that. Todd's about to pull it out right now and start the alignment. Of course, like we talked about with the stock wheels and tires, this gives you an idea of the height. Once the 42s with the 30-inch rims are on there, it's going to look quite a bit different. Would you look at that? Getting the rims on it right now, kind of seeing how it's going to fit with everything. As you can see, it's pretty tight over there on that corner. We're going to see how the fronts are looking. We're assuming we're going to have to cut a little bit of that air dam on the front there, but we will see. These things are just huge though. Look at that. So just got a little update for end of the day Friday here. It's actually good news. So due to the rubbing we're getting for the wheels, we want to be able to get as much turn radius as possible out of it, of course. But we were talking about cutting this here, which it looks like we did a little bit. But what we're going to end up doing is we had the owner come in. He was checking it out. We wanted him to see, you know, kind of a visual of what we were going to have to cut. And we ultimately decided on lifting it 2 more inches. So on Monday, We will have fresh blocks here to add in there that will add 2 more inches to the total lift height, making it a full 12-inch lift kit instead of the 10-inch there, which, you know, even a 10-inch they consider a 12-inch most of the time just because you can crank it up, but it's going to be a true 12-inch with the blocks. So, and while we're doing the blocks, he's actually going to have us do a full stainless steel exhaust, which should be pretty sweet. One thing with this truck is he doesn't have it tuned and deleted, which is kind of interesting considering he's going to be trying to turn these heavy wheels and tires. But yeah, unfortunately it will not be done here today. Sometimes in the automotive world you just run into things, and it'll actually be pretty sweet because we're getting even bigger and even louder. So stay tuned for that. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Get you an update on Monday. Today should be the day that we get this bad boy out of here. He's got the additional 2 inches of lift in the front here, doing the rear right now. We also have the Ceramic Pro specialist here checking out the wheels, because I guess those are getting ceramic coated. I'm not sure when, but they are getting ceramic coated. Probably won't be done before we get to fully reveal this thing. Still sucks he's missing that, but is kind of what it is. So we'll take some video of the rest of the process here, and then we're gonna get this bad boy down, get it on the ground, and then we'll get to see it full blown. So coming shortly. At the moment, we got the exhaust off, the stock system that is. Here's the stock one right there, as you can see, and that'll be the new MagnaFlow one. Should look a lot better. Just kind of fit with the cleanliness of the truck overall. One thing I haven't shown you guys quite yet is we did get the Horn Blasters train horns installed. Mouthful there. But those are ridiculously loud, and I'll be sure to get a clip of it actually firing, just probably not in the shop here because we don't want to ruin anyone's day. So there's 4 individual horns. You got your compressor, of course, and then I believe he has a remote for it or a switch on the inside.
There's a switch.
A switch for it?
Yep.
So he's got a switch, so he can just fire those things off and scare the shit out of some people. There it is, Team Extreme, the fully built truck, fully completed. It is an absolute beauty. So to run you through kind of the full entire build list of this truck. For the suspension, it's a 12-inch Cognito Motorsports lift kit that has Fox Reservoir Shocks on the front and the rear. For the wheels and tires, the tires are 42 by 1650 R30 inch Fury MTs, and the rims are 30-inch American Force wheels in chrome, of course. Fully custom setup. These are not wheels that you can just buy. We actually had to wait a couple weeks for them to be made to order, but this thing is just an absolute beauty.